All right, can you guys see me? And you guys able to hear me and see me? Sound check, sound check, sound check. All right, excellent. Looks like we're doing pretty good right now. Good. Okay. If you can hear me, just hit the like button, please. Let me know. All right. So good news, everybody. Today is the last day of the challenge and last trade, and we're going to do something again next week. I think I'm going to go ahead and dive into one of our indicators, the EFC. But for now, I'm just going to take the last trade, and I'm finally going to take this CAD yen, just starting to break through on the hourly. I've been talking about this for a long time, haven't taken it yet, but now we're bouncing off this a second time, so now I'm going to go ahead and take it. So let's go ahead and just run the math on it. It's 9.18, so let's run it. It's a pretty big stop, so it's going to be 123 pips. So let's run the calculator. 123, and then times 9.18. Ooh, wow, it's actually $1,000 just with trading one lot. So I'm going to have to tighten my stop up a little bit. I'll just tighten it right here, and that should cover it with one lot. That's the problem with those big stops. But in this case, I really want to give it some room, just because. So we'll go ahead and tighten this thing up. And then if I can get, we'll look at the daily. But if it can, there's a lot of room here, I think. I'm going to just try right here. Pretty easy 3-1. That's the problem with the big stops. But we got right under the 50 retracement, which is pretty good. Actually, this thing could move pretty nicely. You never know what's going to happen, but if we look at it, zoom out a little bit, we got a nice downward channel. I talked about this a couple times, moving down, and I just think this looks pretty good. So that's the last trade of the challenge. Oh, I still have the US. Let's go ahead and review for those of you that have still been around. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Let's see here. Oh, I was going to show you my other trades. Pound New Zealand was such a bugger, such a little pest. We ended up trailing out, stopping out, and then it instantly went up to my target, 943 pips. I mean, in one afternoon, the thing went 943 pips. It's crazy. But just got me out and then launched out. So that was a little bugger. The trade actually looked really good on the channel. Just this little tail nailed me, and so we ended up losing that one. Bitcoin was not the greatest entry either. Ended up losing that one. So overall, I'm pretty. It's pretty interesting results. It looks like I'm gonna win a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be 6 trades out of 20, unless I can get this CAD yen, which would be then 7 out of 20. But either way, I got a ton of profit locked in. If we look at this pound, let's go back to the USD Swiss. As you know, I have decided to go ahead and lock in here. So I have this locked in. I'm currently up $6,000 on this particular trade. So, yeah, it's a pain, Big G. It's funny because the markets love to whip people out. It's just what they do. So that's why when I don't get whipped out, when I ended up finding the timing just right, I love to let them ride which is what we see here. Look at my USD Swiss. This trade is currently up 300 pips. Okay, and it's been fairly fast because I entered in on this pin bar. So it's a 1, 2, 3 days. I've only held this trade for 3 days and it's moving. Right now I'm up $6,000. So if we go ahead and look at the trading spreadsheet, if I went ahead and closed this out, this would be a $14,000 profit is where I'd be at. If I can hold off to the target, which is 10,000, we'd be at 17,000 in profit. And you can see there's a pretty big drawdown here from peak to valley. But again, if I get another winner and pop that back right up, then I'm still growing pretty nice over a series of 20 trades. So I can still lose 7 trades in a row and be break even. A pretty ugly losing streak right here. Be great if I could get this CAD yen and this USD Swiss to take off. The thing about the USD Swiss, though, is even if I get a catastrophic reversal, I've still got $1,500 locked in, which would then start me back up. So that's pretty nice as well. But right now, it's really cranking. It's really cranking. And if we just look at this on a weekly, I mean, this thing is just really nice. Still got a ways to go, 180 pips, but I think it can get there, to be honest, because if we look at this weekly channel, you see this? Every other time that this happened, it went right up to the top. So I could actually probably try to hang out for even a few more. But you know, I'm just going to see what happens. I'm up so nice right now. It's tempting to me to just pull this because I'm about 7,000 in profit, close to 7. So it's just tempting to do that because it's such a nice risk to reward ratio. If I did, it would probably pull my average win up to close to a 5-to-1. One thing you notice, my risk to reward ratio is really good. Oh, this is not right. This math is not right. I got to fix that. My average loss is $900, so that's a 4.5-to-1. And so one of the things you guys have to realize, if you can get this 4.5 risk to reward ratio, you can actually only win 26% of your trades and still make money. What we'll probably look at in some future things is just some ways that I can show you how to improve your winning rate. What usually happens is if you improve your winning rate, your average win will drop because you're locking in a little bit earlier and you're taking maybe a few different types of trades. And so it's kind of a trade-off. The good news about that is your winning percentage drops, so your drawdowns are not as frequent. And so sometimes these, even though you're going for these big winners and you hit a bunch of losers in a row, it can kind of drain your account while you're waiting for the next big winner. And so that's a real problem with this type of strategy. In this 20 trade challenge, it didn't derail me, but it potentially could have if I hit a longer losing streak. So that's definitely something that we want to consider when we're doing this. But right now, this thing is just, it's flying. And that can change at any time. But it's looking really good right now. And one thing I will do for everyone is, since everybody has been so good to me and been giving me such great feedback, is I will follow up with when these final 2 trades do close out so you get the final numbers. And if you're curious, I'm going to update the spreadsheet as well. So you'll be able to see totally everything that happens here. This CAD yen is actually starting to move already nicely too. Just a very beginning move, so it really doesn't matter. But if we can get some momentum and get something to break here, well, that could start getting more buyers on board. People start to think that, oh, this thing could really turn. You can see that the MACD, there's a divergence here on the MACD, and it went really low here, and then we hit a new low, and it didn't. And so sometimes that is definitely a reversal signal. Especially because it now tested these 2 levels of support. So one of the things that we can work on too, if we do another trading challenge, is working to find better entries. I was trying to pop in and out so fast that a lot of times my entries were rushed. And I think that if patience is really important, because you see how long it actually took for me to get a good entry on this. It took quite some time. And I think this is going to be a pretty good trade. But again, like I had said in the past as well, once I'm in the trade, I truly believe that the market does what it wants to do. And I believe that I'm either going to win or lose. So I truly think that it's a 50-50 opportunity once I get into that trade. All right. So one of the things I'd like for everybody right now is, since this was my last trade, just go ahead and share with me anything that you learned, anything that you really enjoyed, and also something that you would like to see in the future. So that type of feedback is going to be really important to me, so that I know how to continue to provide training that's really helpful for you guys. So please go ahead and just do that right now, and make sure that I get some feedback, because if I don't, I'm not going to be as motivated to do this. I've always found that being around great traders has always helped me improve. And so even with you guys here commenting and being here with me, I know that that actually helps me. It makes me a better trader, and it makes you a better trader. Who you want to become is the people that you want to hang out with. And so if you want to be a great trader, you need to hang out with other great traders. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, is to try to gather a grouping of great traders that want to hang out together, chat on the live chat, and keep going. And so one person said they want this to go to 50 trades, and that's MHB. And that's, I might change the strategy up a little bit just to show that I can do this with multiple strategies. The strategy is important, but it's not the most important thing. A lot of people think that the strategy is a silver bullet, or the magic wand, or the holy grail, or da 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 da, but it's not. And so I might take a look, run this spreadsheet with a different type of strategy after these 20 trades are totally fun. Well, Mason, I'm going to keep going. So because I'm getting guys like you that work. So thank you. And cross mogenation, longer term analysis, longer trades is easier. I agree. I actually have some accounts, and I'll be, Tim is very instrumental in helping me with this too, is that I just trade on dailies. And, Tim and I trade together as well. And we trade on the dailies. If you guys, he's been taking a little break, but he will be back. But if you've seen any of his video series, he takes his trades at the close of business day every day. So when the market closes at 4:30, he will go ahead and take his trades. And it's only a 15-20 minute trading session a day, and you get big long trades. You don't have to sit in front of your charts all the time, and so that's a really good thing. There is a drawback with that as well, and that is that you have to have very wide stops. So therefore, what does that mean? It means you have to have a little bit bigger of an account to make some money. Because if you're trading, like we just saw it here, I took this CAD yen, and it was a bigger stop today, 120 pips. It might be the biggest stop in this challenge that I've taken, and it has to go a lot more for me to get to my 3-to-1. It's going to take some time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but my profit is going to be a little bit smaller because of that. So I had to take a one lot. If I could have got a little tighter stop, which I probably could have, looking at a 15-minute gone here, but then again, your losing rate's going to drop. It takes more focus and attention. So there's always, I feel like there's always a drawback either way. There's pros and cons to everything. And so I do also agree, I like using the dailies. It gives me time to do some other stuff. And you can still make really good revenue as well. So one other strategy you can do is trade one account for daily, and then a smaller account for some short-term stuff, if you're trying to get some faster revenue using short-term strategies with a smaller account. And that's kind of how I roll. Is I run some safe conservative strategies and mix it in with high risk. And then when if I get a big win with a high risk and a lot of profit, I roll those profits out into my safe strategies. So I've got a very small amount set up for high risk stuff, and the bulk goes into the low risk, and I roll them over. And when I say high risk, I don't think that these scalping strategies or lower time frames are high risk, because I think if you run them and you risk 1%, it's still 1 or 2% per trade. I think it's still considered low risk, but it's a little more aggressive, I would say. And if you make some mistakes, it can drain your account. But the same thing happens with the bigger time frames as well. So yeah, there could be some stalling on that USD Swiss, and that might cause me to change my mind, but then again, it might not. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's go ahead, and I love the 200 SMA is a great moving average. I like the 400 as well. Let's go ahead and pop that on there. Right smack into it. That definitely could send it down a little bit, but again, one of the things that I like to do is sometimes when everyone's expecting something to happen, it will do the opposite. If the market truly believes that if everybody's like, okay, we're going to load up right here, and then they just end up getting crushed, it shoots up again. But a lot of people were getting crushed in here. If we look at this candle, a lot of people were shorting, and maybe some people got out, maybe some people didn't. We see that pullback, and see, for me, I was patient because I just didn't. There it is. It's smacking right into it right now. It just didn't matter to me. I wanted to let this thing ride, and I have now. Where am I at now for profit? I'm at 330 pips, and so very nice trade. Very nice trade. So yeah. Mason, about trading the XAU and US 30, the thing that I don't really like about trading gold that really just kind of irritates me a lot, I'll still do it sometimes, but it's that the stupid swap. Like, man, you hold gold for a couple days and your account just gets crushed with swap, at least with Forex accounts. I hate that. And so there's probably a better way to trade gold. I don't know if you guys know of anything. Let me know, because I haven't actually researched it. But I know on my broker, FX Choice and Trader's Way, they're good brokers. I really like them. But if you trade gold or Bitcoin or some of those other things, the swap always eats you up. So if you're trading those, day trading might be the way to go with those. And you see it is dropping back here as well. So could be some resistance here. We could get a pullback and up, or we could get a pullback and crush my stop, or it could just go straight through. So those are likely the three things that could happen, and I'm willing to take my chances on, because 2 out of the 3 things work in my favor. So if it crushes right through, that's in my favor. If it pulls back slightly and pops back up, that's in my favor. The only one of the options that isn't is if it comes here, gets resistance, and drops into my stop. That's not in my favor. But I still have $1,500 locked in, so the trading challenge is still a go. So yeah, the swap is a pain. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Okay, so that's it for the trading challenge, guys, and I will be back, though. I'm going to call it something different, and we're going to keep going because it seems like a lot of you guys have really been enjoying this, and I thank you guys. So make sure you subscribe so you get notified when it comes. Hit that like button. I am trailing this right now, Cross. Hey, John, you came in just as I was wrapping up. This is the last challenge, the last trade, but I'm going to be doing some more stuff. But this is the 20th trade. I took the CAD yen. Currently looking at this USD Swiss. I'm up 330 pips right now, so it's about $7,000 in profit on this one trade, which, by the way, for this entire challenge, this would be my best trade in the challenge, which is pretty awesome. And yes, I am trailing this stop for Cross, who asked. Right here is my trail. So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. With the current economic danger that we're in, it's nice to be able to trade and get something out of these markets, especially with the way the stock market is. The stock market's been crashing like crazy, and anybody in stocks has been really having a hard time. But with currencies, it's not quite the same. I always say that currency trading is recession-proof. You can do it at any time. So if this is a skill that you can master and learn, it can give you some security in a difficult time. And so, nothing is foolproof, though, by the way. Nothing. Anything can stop working. You never know what's going to happen in life. No one can predict the future, right? And so my secret to success is just enjoy one day at a time. Enjoy every minute. I don't get caught up if I'm successful in trading. I don't get caught up if I'm successful at work. The only thing I care about is that I'm enjoying my life every day. I enjoy my family, enjoy my wife, I enjoy relationships. Every day I'm with my children. I'm just thanking God for that moment. Every moment is a gift. Every moment is a treasure. And so whether I have things or I don't have things, or whether I'm successful or not, just being with people, I'm just enjoying it. And even when it's a hard time, I'm just thankful. Always being thankful, because I look at life as a gift. I look at relationships as a gift. I look at everything that I have as a gift from God. And so there's no reason for me to get too worked up over things, and just try to have peace and enjoy what I have, and not let fear come through and take me out. It's just, it's been really good for me. It's really helped me. It's a great way to live. And so, not saying everybody has to live like that, but for me, it works. So whether I'm doing well here or whether I'm not doing, I still am enjoying the things that I have in my life. So enough of that. No, I'm still going to be here. I'm just saying, with the craziness in the world, you just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. There is no security. These markets could disappear, right? I don't know that. My son has always asked me, well, I want to do this and I want to do that, and these are my plans. And I'm like, great, I'm a planner too. I love plans. But just remember, the things that you're planning might not be there when you're coming to do it. Nothing can be predicted. So, anyhow, enough of that. All right, guys. I will be back. Just after I say nothing can be predicted, I say I will be back. I'm planning on coming back and doing this for a long time. That's my plan. So who knows? But that's what I'm going to try to do. So enjoying being with you guys. Thanks again for the viewership and the comments and everything. This has been really fun. I'm really thankful that we all did this together and we completed this thing. So I'm going to launch something new, and just be on the lookout for emails, because we're going to be doing some other cool stuff too. Okay. Yes, same for you, Ozzy and Mason and John and Reddy. And Cross and everyone that I missed. Thank you guys so much. This has been so wonderful. All right, well, that's it for this morning, and have a great weekend, everyone, because I'm not going to be posting a trade on Friday, but I will probably come back on Monday with something. But again, thank you guys.